What if I told you there's actually a different way of speeding up your editing without using shortcuts? That's what we're talking about today. So with that, what am I talking about? What can speed up your workflow more than using shortcuts? It's playback. So this is something that is so vital to editing. Have you ever tried to edit on a really low-end computer? You know you cannot edit with it because it just will not let you see your video. That is what we're talking about today, and there's actually two major different ways that you can do it. You have your Proxy Media and you also have your preview renders. So basically both of these allow your computer a little bit of time to be able to actually create something that will help you be able to see your projects a whole lot quicker. And preview render. So basically, you know about rendering out a video, exporting it, / converting it into a certain file, taking all of these different files, putting them together and making one file that is your final video. Basically, when you want to do this kind of stuff, we call it rendering, but basically there's actually something else with rendering. It's called a preview render. And basically what you can do is you can set in and out points on your timeline, for instance in like Premiere Pro or in any other program. You could potentially just render out the entire thing, like in Filmora. There's just a one-click button to do a preview render over the entire thing. A lot of times you can tell if it needs preview rendered based off of the timeline. So if there's like a red bar on top or whatever, you can see that it needs a preview render to be able to play back smoothly. And different things like that. If it's green normally, that means it's completely fine, or if there's no bar normally, it means it's completely fine. But once you get into that red mark, you can actually do a preview render, where it basically is rendering out the video for that segment or for the entire timeline, but it's not the final video and you're not converting it. You're just doing a basic walkthrough of making sure that whatever's on screen is rendered out, so you kind of have a complete viewability of it and it plays back really easily. So that is actually the second option. The third option actually is Proxy Media. So for instance, if you had a 1080p timeline and that was even gruesome on your computer, but you can edit an SD/480 just completely fine on it, then one of the things you can actually do with that is instead you can take that and basically make Proxy Media, which Proxy Media is basically taking a full-size resolution. You're changing the resolution of it, so instead of like 1080 for instance, you're going down to like 480 or 720 basically resolution, and it scales it back up so you still see it full size in the viewer, but it looks not the best. So one of the tricks is that a lot of them will have an option to be able to see the full thing whenever you pause it / whenever it's not playing and you just see a full image preview, and then whenever you press play, it will actually go to that Proxy Media that you have to link up to it, and then basically uses that media to edit. And whenever you export, it takes those clips, it knows exactly which clips you used originally, and it replaces those terrible looking clips with your full resolution clips whenever you actually start to export it. So you're not losing any resolution and things like that, which is actually a really useful tool. I actually use something exactly like that all the time with my editing. What you normally have to do is like find preferences or go up there or to like playback or viewer or whatever, and basically see if you can generate a Proxy Media. And if you have to, a lot of times you might have to like right click or do something like that on some of the video, and whenever you do that, then you might have to go down to link it, basically linking up that Proxy Media. So basically you actually have Proxy Media. You also have your preview renders. I do have a playlist over here of more videos kind of like this, where we just talk about specific things, or we need to like explain something or whatever, just some fun videos for you guys. And we also have a video over here that YouTube recommends for you. And with that said, guys, remember, keep on editing.